Hey everyone, I had a lot of questions regarding this tool that I use in Photoshop. It's a brush panel. Allows me to select my brushes without having to go in my super huge library. It saves a lot of time. So yeah, it just allows you to select, your brush. Pretty easy. So yeah, I'll show you how to make it. But first, it's something that a friend of mine showed me. This guy, John Smith. You can download his own tool on his DeviantArt. I'll include the link. And my panel kind of follows the format that Jonas Darrow showed in the level up. I don't remember the video exactly. There's so many. If you guys don't know this channel on YouTube, Level Up, super awesome stuff. They do paintovers, Q&A sessions that just talk about art and stuff like that. Awesome guys. I love them. So what you need to make this panel, you go to Adobe Labs. I'll include the link too. Download the Configurator 4 for Windows or Mac, and version 4 is for CS6 and above. So if you have a earlier version of Photoshop, CS3, 4, 5, you should be able to find an earlier version of the configurator, and that will work out for you. I'll let you Google that. So let's see. Yeah. So if you when you have installed the little program, just go in here, create a panel, name it whatever, panel. You can choose the version of Photoshop that you have, and like I said, this version only works for CS6 and above, so CC. So I choose CS6 because that's what I have. So the way it works is that you have to link every button you're gonna create to an action in Photoshop that's gonna select your brush. So let me show you. Create a new action, hit record, and then select your brush. I'll choose the first one. Really cool brush from Shaddy Safadi. Cool stuff, cool guy. He's really awesome. Wait, what have I been doing? Okay, whatever, stop. So what you need in the action is just select brush. See, this is what happens when you talk and do something at the same time. Okay, it's done. Let me try, see if it works. So if I click play, launch the action. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, it works. If I select another one and then relaunch this action, yep, still there. So that's it. We have the action that selects the brush, and something else we need is the icon, because these you have to make yourself, because in Configurator this is what it looks like. It's just a little play button, icon for actions. So what you need to do, select the icon you want. I take these from the brush panel, but you can make it yourself. You can do whatever you want, any kind of format, size, doesn't matter. And I like these big thumbnails, so I'll use that. Okay, I made a little square. Size doesn't matter really, because I think you can change it later, but if you can make it already clean, that's better. and then I'm gonna save it as a PNG. That's very important. It's not gonna work if it's not a PNG. So I'll call it the same name so it's easier for me. I'll call it 2 because it was 2. And you can actually make you know, like a hover. You could change the look of the icon on the hover and on the click, on the down click. But I don't think it matters for me really. I don't think I need something that's that fancy. But you can do it. You can do it. It's not a problem. Okay, so now that we have that, go into Configurator again. And okay, yeah. So I dragged the little action, you know, icon into my panel that I just created. And now I'm gonna assign it to this action and to with the icon that we just created. So action name is 002 and action set is the folder in which it is. I like to keep it clean. I think that's stupid because it's gonna make me write so much all the time. I'll call it 000. Okay, the set, that's the action set, and then I think it was 48. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, up, over, and down. So because for us it's gonna be all the same, I'll put the same image in those squares, little fields. Yes. Okay, so that's it. Should work. Ooh. This is the label on top. You can delete that little text label. You can leave it. I don't know. Here. Yes. Okay, so let's try it out. I'm gonna save first. Let's call it panel 2014. Okay, so when you save it, it's not gonna save it as a usable file, as a panel file basically for Photoshop. It's just saved as a, so you can go back and, you know, finish it later. What you need to do is export, and myself, I couldn't make the export panel work. It basically exports the files and you just have to copy it into Photoshop, Photoshop's, you know, how do you call that, directory panel thing. The only thing that worked for me was to export as an extension that will install itself. So I'll do that. There's a few things you need to do before it works. Is to create a certificate. It's a Java thing, certificate. I don't really know how it works, guys, but just, you know, you have to believe me on that. And so to do that, you just click create, because it shouldn't be here when you start exporting. Just create, put your name, where you live, create a password, and please remember the password and save it somewhere. So, dude, I don't even remember my password. Okay, I have to create another one. I have to create another one, so I'll show you. And the mic is pretty close to the keyboard, so I'm sorry for the noise. I live in France, and the password is gonna be certificate. Save it as just panel. Okay. Create. And now the password is certificate. I'll browse. I'll create it in the little folder I created. Here. Okay, export. It worked. Now let's see if we can install it. So that's what you get, a little ZXP file, and this one is going to install. If you click, it's going to open this and install in the Photoshop. So because I'm the publisher, it's not gonna, it's gonna determine me, but doesn't matter. Okay, this is installing. It says okay. Awesome. We can close that now. Now let's see if I have to restart. Yes, I do have to restart. Okay, just restarted. Let's go into extensions and you can see my panels here. So if I click, it's gonna open and I have this thing. So if I make a new document, let's see if it works. A little bigger maybe. And so I'll select another brush and then click on this and it works. So that's perfect. Yep, that's it. That's how you create panels like that. This one's very simple, it's just for brushes, but you could make it do whatever you want. Basically, whatever an action can do, you can create a little button that would do it instantly. You could actually also check, I think, not sure, but I think Anthony Jones released also a little bit of little panel that does some cool stuff like symmetry and stuff like that. Not sure, but if you're into that, go check Anthony Jones's Gumroad, the new super hype thing. Super cheap videos and really cool stuff there. And that's it. So now the only thing you need to do is repeat the process, create an action for each brush you want in here, and keep doing it, until you're done, basically. Something you have to pay attention to is, let me show you. Yeah, something you need to pay attention to. This action, basically what it does, it works depending on the name of the brush, the name it has in this in the brush panel. So if you have a few brushes with the same name, you may run into problems. The way it works is basically it's gonna select the first brush with this name, sample brush 33, in this list, and the first in that sense, like this is the first and this is the last. So in this list, if let's say for example I create an action with, wait, do I have duplicates? I don't know if I had duplicates, because it does happen sometimes when you download the brushes from somewhere else. If I selected this one, for example, and I had another sample brush 5 here, when I do the action that I want to select this brush, it would select the first one that would be before in the list. So just if you run into problems, that may be how you solve it. Put this one, don't have duplicates in the names. And that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.